guys, welcome back to Kendi Beauty. I am so excited that Urban Decay is launching another palette. I just get so excited about Urban Decay launches. Even when they're horrible, I still get excited. And usually I do pick them up. And here's the thing. You know, I know Urban Decay hasn't been like the most revolutionary, but as far as consistency goes, they are typically good. You know, like typically their palettes are worth getting. They sometimes are not spectacular, amazing, but they're usually not bad either. There's been a few hits and misses along the way. The Stone Vibes collection I was a huge fan of, so I'm hoping that this new Naked Wild West palette will not disappoint. That being said, I'm really excited to dive into this with you guys, show you guys some swatches, a look, you know, and we'll just see what this palette is all about. If you guys are new here, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, tap the bell so you can be notified of all the new upcoming videos, because we just like to play and have fun with makeup here. So, you know, we do new releases, we have some giveaways from time to time, so definitely make sure you subscribe and join the fam, because we'd love to have you here and it's a good time. Alright, so let's get into some background on the palette. Alright, and before we get into the background, I completely forgot to let you guys know what is on my face today. So, what is on my face? I'm wearing the Sephora S Clean Foundation. That's been one of my all-time faves, you guys know that. As far as blush, I'm not really wearing a blush. I am wearing the new About Face Highlight Light Lock Fluid in Sunstruck, sort of as a blush and a bronzer. I'm really loving that. Make sure you guys check out my About Face review on all the new products that Halsey came out with. Really interesting. I was really surprised when I tried everything on and reviewed it. And I'm also wearing the Light Lock Highlight Fluid in Shaken or Stirred, and then I also have on top of that a little bit of my Hourglass Ambient Metallic Strobe Lighting Palette, one of my faves. On my lips, I'm wearing the Lisa Eldridge Velvet Carnival. Where is the box? I don't know, but I'm wearing the Velvet Carnival True Velvet Matte Lipstick on my lips. Love that. I'm also wearing the By Terry Rose Balm on my lips as well on top of that. What else? I have the number 7 Lift and Illuminate powder, triple action finishing powder in the shade Light, and I've really been loving this for a powder. I've been really trying to find a powder lately that I like, and it's been hard. This has definitely been a go-to lately. And then of course we can't forget what's on my eyes. I am blown away. I am going to be doing a review on this, but I just couldn't wait. I was so excited. I have the Copacetic New Year's Eve palette, so freaking beautiful. And then that's kind of on top, and then underneath as a base and underneath of my eye, I have the Pat McGrath Iconic Illumination shadow palette as well. Alright, so now finally, without further ado, we're finally going to get into this palette. Okay, so it says an all-vegan eyeshadow palette with 12 desert-inspired neutrals ranging from pale peach, warm brown, and metallic bronze to deep blue green and soft turquoise shimmer. It says the super pigmented velvety naked eyeshadow family has a new vegan lineup of soft beige, rich terracotta brown, deep copper, burnt orange, pop of turquoise green, and blue. Naked Wild West shades are inspired by California deserts, Joshua trees, and endless skies. Blaze your own trail with creamy mattes, metallics, and shimmers in the iconic ultra blendable Naked Shadow formula. Use these ultra blendable versatile shadows solo or layered to create endless looks ranging from mild to wild. We're gonna find out if it's actually mild or wild. Let's hope it's on the wild side. And then it just says how to use. It's 100% vegan. It says high pigment payoff, super blendable. And the palette, typical of the Naked palettes ranges, as far as price, it goes for $49. It is releasing February 8th. There are 12 shades, so that brings it to about $4 a pan. Typical of Urban Decay, you know, I would say that's mid-level price range for a palette these days. And I think that is it. So now on to creating a look and our eye swatches. Alright, first up we're going to do some eye swatches, and because these 3 shades are very light and they really did not show up on me at all as far as like swatching on the hand, we're going to skip out on those and we're just going to go straight to like the mid to bottom portion of the palette, just because these are more transition shades and like I said, they didn't really show up on me. And if you guys are familiar with the eye swatches here on my channel, like I'm very casual. I really just put it on with a finger. I use my finger. I don't use a base, an eye base, to do swatches. I do when I create a look because I like to get a feel for the shadows actually right on my eyes for people that don't use base or don't use makeup for their eyeshadow. So that's why we do that. First up, I'm gonna go in with Hold 'Em and Cowboy Pick, these 2 shades. Alright, so this is Hold 'Em and Cowboy Rick. Alright, you guys, next up we have Bud and Wrestler. Next up we have Ghost Town and Whiskey. Alright, and last but not least we have Tex and Pony Up. Alright, you guys, now on to our look. Okay, you guys, so first I'm going to go in with my Made by Mitchell brush, and I'm going to use this shade right here called Ghost Town. And I'm just putting that into the crease area, just sort of dusting, sweeping that along. And I can tell right away that the shade is very pigmented, which is nice. Just bringing that all the way around and sort of blending it up a little. And now I'm just attempting to cut the crease, and I'm just using a regular artist synthetic brush. You can get these at like Michael's, Joann Fabrics, or even Amazon. And I just like to use them because I have small hooded eyes, and a lot of times like regular brushes don't work for me when I try to cut the crease. It really depends. I feel like now places though, brands are making smaller brushes. Like I have noticed that towards the end of 2020 and into 2021, like Lunar Beauty's brushes were nice and small. Made by Mitchell, like even the Melt Cosmetics Beetlejuice brushes were nice and small. So I have noticed that brands are definitely working on that. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this sort of minty green shade called Bud. And I'm just using another one of my synthetic brushes. Okay, now on the outer corner, I'm going to go in with this deep teal shade called Tex. And then I'm just kind of putting that above as well. And so far all the shades have been really great with fallout, but there is a tiny bit of fallout that I'm getting with this Tex shade. So, you know, something to know, it's not a make or break for me. Like, I'm used to fallout. Usually if shadows are really pigmented or highly pigmented, fallout is to be expected. Like this shade, you know, this is actually a very pigmented shade. Both of these matte shades I've used are very, very pigmented. Alright, now I'm just going to go back in with the Bud shade with my finger just to sort of smooth things out a little bit. Yeah, I was really I was really kind of hoping for more with this bud shade. Like, it's beautiful, but it's not like, I don't know, it's not as vibrant as it looked online. It's still pretty, you know, it's still pretty, but alright, you guys. So now I'm going to just go right back in a little bit with that same crease shade called Ghost Town. And I'm just kind of, you know, fine-tuning, touching it up a little bit. And then to smooth out that outer corner of the Ghost Town, I'm just going to go in with this shade called Standoff, and I'm just using one of my Melt Cosmetics Beetlejuice brushes. Just sort of smooth that out a little bit. Okay, and last but not least, I'm going to go in with this shade right here, sort of silvery Cowboy Rick shade, and I'm just going to put that right in the inner corner. Oh wow, that is really a pretty inner corner shade. Okay, you guys, now I'm going to clean everything up, and I'm basically just going to do the same thing I did with these two shades on the lower portion of my eye, clean everything up, and we will be back for our final thoughts on this Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. Alright, you guys, so this is it. This is our final look. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. So my final thoughts on this Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette is, it's good. It's the typical Urban Decay quality. The formulas of the shimmers worked beautifully. The formulas on the mattes worked beautifully. It was very highly pigmented. There was a little bit fallout with the higher pigmented shades, but actually Urban Decay for me has always had less fallout than a lot of other brands, so I didn't really mind that. Here's the thing. So overall, I think it is a good palette. But for me, you know, I just was a little bit bored with it. I feel like there's not much you could do. I would have liked to see more shimmer shades or more colorful shades. If you're somebody that likes cooler tone neutral palettes with a pop of color, then this is the palette for you, without a doubt. It's reasonably priced. It's the mid-range as far as price goes. You know, Urban Decay, I feel like, is always consistent for the most part. They've had some flops here and there, but I feel like for the most part their formula is pretty consistent. Is overall consistently good. For the price, it's good. I personally am not like a cool tone neutral person. I don't tend to gravitate towards that. When I first applied this shade right here, the Bud shade, I was kind of disappointed, but then after seeing everything come together, it is very vibrant and colorful. Again, I just would have liked another pop of color for me, for my preferences. And when I use neutral palettes, I tend not to go for cooler toned. Now that being said, there is the shade Ghost Town that I used today on this look, and that is a very warm shade, so that kind of was my saving grace. And can we talk about this packaging? I think that this has got to be one of the more prettier naked palettes. Like, the packaging alone, I don't feel like the camera is really doing it justice, but it is so beautiful, this packaging. And I probably dropped this literally about 10 times today. That is one thing about Urban Decay's palettes I really do enjoy, is that they are like built for endurance. Like, they are built tough. Like, you can drop these babies, and I've dropped other naked palettes too. I don't know what it is about this, but somehow, I don't know if it's because it's like rectangular and sort of skinny, but somehow I always end up dropping, like, my Naked Pea palette. That's probably been dropped about 100 times, and it's still like they don't break. Like, they are in there good. The pans are solid pans. Like, this baby is not going anywhere. You could definitely use this to travel, although we can't really travel right now. So, but yeah, overall I was a little underwhelmed with this color story, but I do think that this is a beautiful palette. I think that this look came out beautifully. I think it's another hit for Urban Decay. I don't think it's like groundbreaking or like something to get super excited about. Do I think it's worth the $49? Yes. That being said though, Urban Decay does usually typically put their items, their products on sale, especially their palettes, like after they've released. Like if you guys wanted to wait a few months and get this a few months later to save a little bit of money, I would totally do that. For me, this isn't something I have to have right away, but I really do. I really do. If it weren't for this shade right here, that, like, this is one of those palettes that you buy for like those 1 or 2 shades. I would have liked to see more shimmers. I would have liked to see a little bit more color, but you can just, you know, this is so easy to use. You just throw it on, especially for right now when we're not going out, we're not really doing stuff as much. Like, you know, these neutral colors, these browns, I mean, that's what a lot of people use on an everyday basis. What I have liked, this, I feel like, however, these 3 shades is a waste. I don't think we needed 3 very similar lighter transition shades. And some of the browns are kind of repetitive as well. Well, no, not really. I would have liked to see like something else besides one of the browns and something else besides these 3 transition shades. I just don't think they're needed. They're just so similar in color. And, you know, I don't think anybody really needs that many. Typically you can mix stuff and try to get the shade you're looking for anyways. So I feel like this was wasted space. Like they could have done something with 1 or 2 of these shades, kept this one, or maybe kept the middle one and got rid of these 2, added 1 more shimmer, got rid of a brown, added a pop of purple or pink. But they were going for that desert sort of Wild West theme, and I do overall think this is a beautiful palette. Absolutely. There was no formula issues with it at all. The shimmers applied beautifully. The mattes applied beautifully. Yeah. And overall, I'm pleased. I'm, you know, like I said, I'm not like knocking down the door saying like, go grab this, because in my opinion, I don't think it's something we need, and I feel like we can probably get these same colors in other palettes, at least for me, but I own a ton of makeup to show you guys. So if this is speaking to you, yes, go get this palette. You know, if you like this color story, then this is a very good, high quality, great formula palette. And it's not like breaking the bank. It's not affordable, but it's not like, you know, really high-end and expensive either. So yeah, I think that I like this one actually better than the Naked Ultraviolet. I will say that. I liked the Ultraviolet, but I do feel like quality-wise and formula-wise, this one is better. All right, you guys, sound off below. Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. The giveaway. How could you let me forget about the giveaway? Okay. Same rules as always. I feel like I should switch it up from time to time, but for convenience sake for today, same rules. Leave 3 comments, like this video. Some of you guys haven't been liking the video. I'm on to you, I'm on to you. So make sure you give this video a thumbs up, leave 3 comments, share this on one of your other social networks, and then just like let me know where to see it or send me a snapshot. And make sure you are publicly subscribed. It is a setting in your YouTube account. And that's it. That's all you have to do to enter the giveaway, and I will be giving away one of these beautiful Urban Decay Naked Wild West palette. Alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you enjoyed this swatches. And like always, I need to hear from you. I need to hear what your guys' thoughts are. You know, I know there was like a lot of mixed opinions on this, and I wasn't even sure if I was going to get it or not. Long story short, I am glad I did get it. I do feel like I'll reach for this. Not so much like for, you know, for makeup wise, but like for every day, I feel like it's a good palette. So yeah. All right. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye-bye.